man with a golden pun himself, Tim Vine. Oh. I tell you, Tim, I love the weeks when you're on the show.
Really?
Because I don't have to try to be funny.
Well,
and the entire nation breathes a sigh of relief at that.
Well, that's a kind thing. Honestly, it's great to be back here on Countdown, or as I call it, it's your word against mine.
And since you were last with us, you had the accolade of being named as the man with the best gag at the Edinburgh Fringe.
Yes, I don't know quite how that happened, but you're going to ask me to tell it quickly, are you?
Well, don't so.
I might as well. I went on I've just been on a once-in-a-lifetime holiday. I tell you what, never again. There's another food-related one there. The other day, I said to the doctor, I said, can you take my pulse? And he rang off with my lentils. But the lentil was in there, lentil.
We've got a week of this. And of course we're going to love it. Any advance on 5?
Well, Susie, what have you got there?
There's a 7, typical.
Yeah, I might have known that'd be in there.
What today?
Well, I wanted to just underline what a great pleasure and privilege it is to be here in the Countdown studio once again. I'm reminded, it's a similar feeling to one day when I was in my canoe and I accidentally hit myself in the face with a paddle. I'm awestruck, ladies and gentlemen, that's why I am to be here. Now, it has been criticised, I've been criticised in the past about people not knowing when my anecdotes finish. So, so what I've decided to bring with me, this is the end of anecdote hooter. So what I'll do is, when that hoots, you know the anecdote is definitely finished. OK? It hasn't finished now, that was just a test. What I wanted to talk about a little bit was when I was in Scotland. You were talking about the joke thing that I did in Scotland. But, you know, I said to this bloke, I said, I know everything there is to know about every single town and city in Scotland. He said, Motherwell. I said, a bit of arthritis, but she's all right. Now, you may have seen a thing in the... Not yet. You may have seen a thing in the papers that I was recently accused of over-pumping a tyre. Just so you know, that has been blown out of all proportion. What actually happened was someone said to me, I said, I bet you £5,000 you can't think of another word for puncture. I thought, OK, no pressure. The system works, doesn't it?
It works very well. Yeah,
system, yes.
Brilliant, thanks, Tim. Much more of that to come during the course of the week. OK, what's yours, Mike?
It's Mirage.
And yours, Karen?
Warmer. Very nice.
Mirage. Well, as in, yes, because I went to a restaurant recently and I was looking at the menu. I said, can I have the Mirage meringue? He said, we haven't got it. I said, oh, I thought I saw it.
The 8, Mike?
Foreseen.
How are you spelling that?
Oh, no double, sorry. Got the other E in there,
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's bad luck.
Okay.
Should have foreseen that.
Rollers.
And yours, Karen?
Pearls. How are you spelling it? P-O?
P-O-L-A-R-S.
A-R-S, yes. A polar in geometry is the straight line joining the 2 points at which tangents touch a conic section.
Yeah, that's what I said, yeah.
So very good.
Yeah.
Pearl's very nice as well.
A couple of 6s then. Tim, Susie, what else have we got?
Well, we had a 7 in there, didn't we?
Yes.
What did you have?
Paroles.
Paroles.
Somebody paroles another person a prisoner, for example.
I went to prison once, and the first time I was there, a bloke said to me, he said, watch out for one-eyed Rick. I said, is he violent? He said, no, he keeps bumping into people.